Hey everybody, my name's Carlo and my journey map presentation. So for my personal goals, the first one being be a lifelong learner. What I really want from this is even after my academic career is over here at the U of A and when I enter the workforce, I think it's really important to continue to learn, always be obtaining new knowledge throughout the rest of your life. The steps that I need to take to achieve this are always reading on new topics, always teaching myself new things, and anything that I'm interested in, I would like to learn everything that there is, know about it, up to what will help me. And then the resources that I might need to do this would be books, websites, YouTube content, literally anything and anybody that has more knowledge on the topic that I'm looking to learn. Some potential obstacles or roadblocks are probably more within myself, whether or not I stop learning new things, or if I get into a rut, I'm just working on my work and not learning anything. And then for learning artifacts that I might collect things like my own books or my own pages on topics that I'm trying to learn. Anything that has taught me about whatever I'm trying to learn. My other main goal for personal is to prioritize my health and wellness. What I want from this is just to always feel good and always feel energized and ready to go about my day, because being present and energetic, healthy will keep me so that I can prioritize my other things, like being a lifelong learner. Steps that I might need to take are eating well, exercising every day, focusing on my mental health by journaling, also just going regularly to the doctor's office, getting checkups, those kind of things, just to keep my health and wellness. And then resources that I might need to get there. I would say someone like a therapist could be very helpful for mental health. I would say books that will teach you about how to mindful and healthy with your mind. And then physically, some resources that I could use are things like the gym or running shoes, anything that can keep me exercising, healthy. Some potential obstacles or roadblocks that I might encounter would probably be life just getting in the way, work being too hard to go exercise, having things to deal with because life is not easy. Being able to get through your day while prioritizing your own health without getting distracted by other things, alcohol and drugs, those kinds of things, those are roadblocks. Overcome them would just be to always be mindful, always understand that health and wellness is very important. Then some learning artifacts that I might collect along the way could be things like books on mental health or even just philosophy, how to live, and maybe things like progress sheets on how quickly I can run a mile or how much weight I lifted. And those kinds of things are some artifacts that I can. So for my academic goals, the first one would be graduating with honors. In order to do this, it would mean getting at least a 3.5 GPA here, which is important to me because then it shows my commitment to my academics and my learning. Some steps that I need to take in order to arrive at this point would be to engage in all my classes and do assignments to the best of my ability and use all my resources to take advantage of my classes. And then the resources in question that I might need, I could use tutors, I could use things like the campus library. Maybe my professors can help me out. Maybe even my friends can help me out that have taken the classes before. These are all great resources to accomplish this goal. And then some potential obstacles or roadblocks that I might encounter could be difficult classes. The only way to overcome that would be to work really hard and use those resources that aforementioned to really succeed and learn all the material in the courses. And then some learning artifacts with this that I might collect could be something like my transcript, good grades in courses, or coursework and exams that I've done really well on. And then my next goal academically would also be to obtain a 4.0 in my final couple semesters here at the U of A. And what I want from this is just to prove to myself that I'm capable of achieving to the very peak of what's possible. What I need to learn is how to really manage my time very well. And some steps that I need to take to arrive at this point would really be to engage and show up to every single class with a very open mind and ready to learn all the material. And then some resources here at the U of A, like TAs or tutors, stay with professors after class to help me understand the coursework that we went through. And then some obstacles or roadblocks that I might see would be difficult courses. And I think the best way to overcome them would be to use those resources, and that is the best way to overcome that roadblock. And then some learning artifacts that I'm going to collect, good grades on exams or good grades on assignments that I've done in the course, or my transcript. Things like that would show that I obtained that 4.0. And then finally, for my professional goals, the first one is to start a successful business. What I need to learn is how businesses work inside and out. And for me, this is really important because then it can show that I've really utilized all of the tools that I've learned and I can work on my own schedule. And then some steps that I need to take to arrive at this point would be to start businesses that may fail. If they fail, then I should learn from my mistakes and continue to push forward to get that business doing well. And then some resources and tools that I might need could be people that have started businesses, friends and family that have experience in this avenue. And then the biggest potential obstacle that I see would be the business failing. However, to overcome them would be to simply push through and continue with the business. And if it has failed, start over, start a new thing, and then see where it takes you. And then some learning artifacts that I might collect could be like work that I've done for other companies or for myself, or testimonials from customers, depending on whatever the business is. These are all learning artifacts that I might collect doing this. And then my second professional goal is just to enjoy and take pride in all of my work. What I need to learn is how to enjoy everything that I'm doing, no matter how mundane the task is. And why this is important to me is because you spend a lot of time in your work, and if you don't enjoy it, you're spending a lot of time in your life not enjoying it. Some of the steps that I need to take to arrive at this point would be mostly a mindset thing. No matter if the work is something really fun or really boring, I should always understand the value of it. Some resources that I might need to get there could be mindset oriented, like books teaching you how to really enjoy what you're doing. Some potential obstacles or roadblocks that I might encounter would be boring work, stuff that I don't find interesting. The best way to overcome this is definitely just a mindset switch, understanding the value of your work, understanding why it's important, understanding why it will get you to where you want to be. And then some learning artifacts that I might collect could be projects that I've done for work, could be people's testimonials saying how great I was working with them, hopefully. Overall good notches on my resume that can propel me into the next steps of my professional career. Thank you so much for listening to my lifelong journey map, and I hope you enjoyed.